Okay, we're back and welcome everyone. And I'm here today with the wonderful Roger Burnley, an LA-based vocal coach turned spiritual teacher. And Roger is such a great person. He spoke at the last Voice and Song Summit from the point of view of his vocal coaching and his journey through using the voice to bring people to more confidence. But this year we've got it's even juicier because he's bringing in his spiritual work and the voice and combining them into his presentation. So firstly, Roger, thank you for joining me.
Thank you. It's great to be here. And I'm excited again
Good.
to be back.
Yeah, tell us why you decided to be a part of this summit this year.
Because I think it's so important, not only for individuals, but for our world. Because as my whole journey with singing started from a place of just not know who I was. And I think we've gone through so much in the last several years, all of us in the world, that we've felt a little off base, a little, we're not knowing what's going on. But what we're always trying to do is just own who we are. And see, I started singing because I couldn't own who I was. At 12 years old, I remember, wait a minute, I thought maybe something was wrong with me because somebody said something. This is really what happened. And so it became an obsession for me to like, no, I'm going to develop a singing voice. I'm going to really be a good singer. Didn't know why I was doing it, why I was going in that direction. But what I discovered was that it opened me up to accepting myself. And this is why I've been so passionate about it with other people. And especially, for me, it's been this spiritual revolution, I call it, that our world is moving through. And so the more of us who own who we are, which comes a lot of times through music, which is an odd thing. I don't know why that happens. But what I'm going to do, though, before the presentation, I'm going to give people some little nuggets about why that works, what we've discovered in our human development of why music and singing kind of connect us to who we're meant to be in this world. And so, and it was fascinating to see that there has been a lot of studies that have shown this. And so I'm going to present a little bit of that at the presentation.
I just love that. And I was trying to memorize exactly what you said. You said music and singing connects us to
Right.
who we're meant to be.
Right. Absolutely. And it's and there are many, there's psychologists and neuroscientists and even physicists who are like looking at this and finding these connections. And the way that I came to it was going back and studying some philosophers who first began with music. And I go, oh, wait a minute, I'm doing philosophy now too. Maybe that's what's happening. But there is the connection there. And so I'm going to, talk a lot more about that, because during these times, sometimes people start singing just for fun. I had many clients who did that. And then they discovered along the way that they were feeling more in touch with who they were. Well, you've known that too, because you've seen the same thing with your
Yeah.
clients and your work. And so, and I think it's so important for us to really talk about that now. That's why your summit is so perfect for the time in our world as we're going through, disruptions. We're still feeling all the energies of the change, but the change is great when we accept who we are. And that's what everyone is being asked to do at this time. Just love yourself. Just come to know who you are and love why you're on the earth, basically.
Yes, and there's so much to that. I mean, some of the listeners will know that I also teach meditation, which is my
Yes.
opportunity, I suppose, to speak about some of this kind of thing.
Hmm.
One of the classes recently, we spoke about that phrase from Gandhi, be the change that you want to see in the world. And
Absolutely.
we can only be ourselves. We can only be
Yes.
small changes, really. We
Right.
can be
Yeah.
more kind. We can, be more dedicated to our passionate work. Like I would feel that my work is a conduit of that change, but also I need to feel
Absolutely.
it internally,
Right.
that I'm reducing my frustration and my anger in life,
Right.
and which we've all
Yes.
been through, everyone. You too, Roger.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. And I had to look at all of that and say, oh, wait a minute, this is not really a great way to live if I'm carrying all of that around. And that's for each of us, and for our world as well. I see because we can look at things and think, oh, things look really terrible, but we can also think, well, maybe things are coming together. Maybe we're just trying to heal individually, and music is we know music is healing. This is why we have people are doing sound therapy now so much
Yes.
more, because we've made that connection. As we study human development, we make these new discoveries or connections to why these certain aspects, as such as music, are important or essential for human development, our individual development. Even people who don't sing or don't do anything, they know that they feel something sometimes when they listen to music. So there's got to be a deeper connection to each of us individually when we're working with music as well.
It's a primal thing. What I wanted
Yeah.
to ask as well is, when we have those unpleasant emotions and we're going through difficult times, do you think self-acceptance is also important in that? Or because I know
Yes.
sometimes there's a tendency to try to push those things away.
And it's so funny you should say that, because I'm just writing an article that I was telling you, and then it's about this perception. Yeah, things may be a little difficult, but when you understand they're helping you to become who you're meant to be. Yeah, you have some challenge in front of you. It's difficult, but if you move through it, then you've understood some of your power. You've understood who you were. And so but if we look at it and think, oh, this is terrible, something horrible is happening, we don't get to find that information. We don't get to find that wisdom that might come from whatever experience is in front of us. And so it's just, I have to change, because I've been through so much stuff. So I had to change my perceptions and say, wait a minute, no, I'm not being punished. This is not something bad. It's just helping me to understand more of who I am. And that's the self-acceptance that I'm talking about. And
Yes.
it comes through it's just odd how it starts for so many with music,
Mm.
and in whatever form. And singing was the one for me that was really essential.
And I know that if someone feels sad, that they will be attracted to that kind of music for a
Hmm.
time, which
Right.
helps you move through that.
Right. Yeah. We have to recognize too that we're a little broken. We come in, and we have to accept that, because we come to evolve. We couldn't come into the world knowing everything and being able to navigate everything perfectly. So we have to learn things. And sometimes we will get off track. Sometimes we make mistakes. We do all of that. But everything is to guide us to becoming the people we're meant to be in the world. And that's why I love the work that I'm doing now, and singing got me to this place, understanding this, because I understood it through all my clients. Oh, wait a minute, you're having trouble accepting yourself. The music will help you as you start to move through this. So,
It's a beautiful concept, that self-acceptance part. And it really
mhm.
ties in with what a number of the other speakers spoke about, which was that singing keeps you honest. Like
Right.
your
Yeah.
voice, your voice reveals the truth of us,
Yes.
right?
Yeah. Yes. And Vanessa, who we're going to be together. We had a wonderful conversation yesterday. So we're excited about what we're going to bring to everyone, because we're very aligned, because she can talk about her experience coming into what she does. And she does something so fascinating. When she started talking about improvisation, I go,
Mhm.
oh, wow, that used to frighten me. And it's so perfect, because that's that kind of, why does it frighten me? Because I think I'm probably going to judge myself if I can't do it really well. So all of those little things that we develop bring this confidence to us that cause us to accept ourselves more.
Absolutely. And I love that, because for me, I've noticed that adults who want to sing are very self-critical, and we can be very self-critical in every area of life, but when we hear our
Right.
voice doing something we don't particularly want it to do, it can be a
That's
very hard thing. But we have to move through that. And so I try to keep everything playful. Like you said,
yes.
it isn't supposed to be all worked out. We come down to
Right.
play the game of life, and go
Yeah.
have those snakes and ladders, and life is a bit like a wave. It can go up and down but it goes
I
back up
got it.
again.
Yeah, and I have to tell you, when years ago, where this started to come to me, because I didn't know, but a client came to me saying she was referred by her counselor or a therapist or whoever, because her therapist felt that she had some emotional blockage, and she felt singing would help her move through the blockage. And I go, really? And it actually did. And
Wow.
that, what was it, whatever it was, don't know, but it helped her move through that where she couldn't own her voice, where she couldn't speak. That again, that self-acceptance. So
Oh, it's beautiful. And I just encourage anyone watching today, please come and join us. It's free to come and
yeah.
join the summit live. We do have a VIP offer, which is gives you access to the recordings and some gifts and things, but please join us. So, you know, come and take a free seat and be there for Roger and Vanessa. And I'll be releasing the schedule and everything in the next couple of weeks. And we would love everyone to be there, because I feel similar to Roger, the world needs to know that each of us in it is valuable. Our voices are valuable. We matter. We are significant.
Right.
Each of us, even the people who are listening right now that are going, well, that doesn't mean me.
Yes,
I do
it
mean you.
does.
It does mean you.
Yeah.
So that's all we have time for, unfortunately, today. Roger, I can't wait to see you in a few weeks on the 1st of April. Thank you for joining me, and
Thank
see
you.
you soon.
This will be fun. Great. Thank you.